Greetings, Patreon listeners. This is a special minicast for our listeners on there, and Joel and I thought we'd talk briefly about Star Wars, a subject we hate so much.
Talking about Star Wars.
But we thought was interesting is at this point in time, we're dealing with the fact that we have a new Star Wars movie coming out in just about 5 months.
It's coming.
And like 6 months after that, another Star Wars movie, hopefully.
That's crazy.
Which is insane, not even waiting a year in between. But what was interesting about this is, in addition to Rian Johnson's Star Wars Last Jedi, which is coming out, and I'm very excited for that, the reason this is news is because the next one, which is the Solo Han Solo movie called Solo, which is about him and his partner, which is a duo, that movie, they were just filming it, and after having filmed for months, they fired the two directors, the guys who did the Lego movie, and they brought in Ron Howard.
Which is...
The guy who gave us Willow. Yeah, Willow. Everybody loves how great Willow was. Is that where you're going with
yes.
this? Or how good
and
the
then
Tom Hanks movie
Development.
was. Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code, how you thought those were some of the greatest films ever made.
Da Vinci Code.
They're terrible movies.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
This is a podcast. I fucking hate those movies.
And they did all three of them, too. The third one just came out. Yeah, I didn't either.
The second one was better than the first one, but that's like saying, oh, that shit's smaller than the other shit. You know, I don't care.
Look at you.
No, that's right, man. This is what people paid for, unless they want to pay for us.
Freaking awesome.
How do you feel about what do you think's going on here?
Well, I mean, again, Ron Howard. Yeah, he's done some stinkers, but things like Cinderella Man, I love that movie. The feel, the
Apollo
energy.
13.
Apollo 13. I mean, he's done some amazing stuff.
Splash.
Polar Express.
Gung Ho.
Yeah.
He didn't do Polar Express. You're thinking of Robert
No,
Zemeckis.
yeah, I'm thinking of Robert Zemeckis, but if Ron Howard had done it, it would have been awesome.
It would have been terrible.
Arrested Development.
He can direct it. He just does the voice
I know,
and produce
but
it.
it's fantastic. Producing is a big thing, though. Like, for those people who don't know, if the producers have a lot of say of what's going on. Depends on the project, yeah, but yeah.
But the idea of these directors coming in, having filmed as much as they have, is interesting. What will get scrapped? What will be reshot? Because they already had to do reshoots. They always know reshoots are going into it. But what, think about how dramatic that the studio thought. Like, well, we might as well just fire these guys because we can't get them to shoot what we want and then shoot their stuff. That was going to be more of a problem. So they said, screw it, we're scrapping those guys, which is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy because I know they did the same issue with Rogue One. But
well, Rogue One they didn't. I mean, everybody's pretty much, even though supposedly they had another director come in who got Tony, whose name is escaping right now, but he probably got like several $1 million to come in and film the end.
Sure, Ron
and he's not even taking
a lot.
credit for it. This, because they basically said we're not going to make a big to do about it, and we let the other director still maintain that he did everything, and he did. Probably, I think they had another more experienced director like Ron Howard come in, which also leads to the whole argument that Kathleen Kennedy and Disney and Lucasfilm wanted to bring in these very different directors and get their own creative visions behind it. But then when those visions didn't line up with this shared universe that they're creating, they had to go, oh, come on, rein them back in, which is kind of what people have accused Marvel of, especially with Ant-Man and the whole Edgar Wright situation. And also, we're looking at a situation where Justice League is doing reshoots, and they got Joss Whedon coming in to take over for Zack Snyder because he had a family tragedy and everything, which that'll be interesting because Zack Snyder is very stylized.
Yeah, so, I mean, for those of you who don't know this, when most big name directors have some, I shouldn't say, I don't even know. So some big name directors have final cut on their actual movies.
I have Final Cut my computer.
Yeah, not that. But they can actually, dictate how the movie's going to look. But most big-time directors actually don't even have that. The editors come in, the producers, they actually get to tell the story at the end. And the director obviously has some input, and hopefully they have an amicable relationship, and they can all work together. But, that's what happens with these things. I'm sure the two guys who wanted to direct it, I can't remember the Lego movie.
Chris Miller and the other guy.
Yes, Chris Miller and the other guy. They probably wanted the movie this way, and they're going, no, we're going to do it this way, and
they went more
comes to a head.
Comedic, and they were not prepared for the machine
that is Disney.
Disney and Lucasfilm. They go, listen, I know you're making this movie come out this year, but we have a plan, a 20-year plan, a continuity going this direction. So,
and here's the thing, they can't like. You don't know what you're talking about. They go, hey, how about you look over at our Marvel franchise and our Pixar franchise and
also that argument about saying people Marvel's not giving their directors the choice to do stuff. I'm like, really? Go take a look at those James Gunn movies, Guardians of the Galaxy. Those pretty much are their own freaking things.
Joss Whedon in the Avengers movies.
I know Edgar Wright stepped away from Ant-Man, so
yeah.
I thought this last Spider-Man movie was
Doctor Strange is
And that new
His own
Thor
thing.
movie looks like it's going to be extremely. Of course, all the ones that are the most different are the ones that are away from Earth. They're like, go out there and
Sure.
do something crazy out there. But that's what it is. We're in a shared universe where everybody's gonna make a shared universe, just like how big that Mummy movie was. And
Yeah, there's more. There's tons of shared universes
that's the
coming
Dark
out.
universe. Then the Godzilla King Kong. That's the Monster universe. There's the DC universe. There's the Marvel universe. What
They're
else
in
is
the
there?
Hasbro universe. They were
That's
talking about
right.
that.
Transformers universe.
So let's talk about Transformers.
No.
God dang it! That.
So we're very excited about this Star Wars, but we're apprehensive. But I think that
No,
was
I'm super excited. I'm not apprehensive at all.
Well, yeah.
Again, Disney.
We liked
It's-
Rogue One.
Rogue One is an amazing movie.
Yes.
I have watched that numerous times. I actually think I think we talked about this, but I think
Yes,
I
we
like Rogue One more than I like Force Awakens.
I
As a
like
fair,
them
I think they're both good, but Rogue One, there's just
It hits that
movie.
nostalgia button too.
Which one, Rogue One?
Oh yeah.
Well, so does Force Awakens. You get Han Solo and Chewbacca back in it. You get Princess Leia back.
3 words, my friend. Grand Marv.
Marv.
Grand Marv.
Grand Marv.
Grand Marvin. Grand Marvin.
But yeah, no, exactly.
Okay.
But it's just Rogue One. The story itself, it's dark. It fills these whole. It was
the
just
Empire
so.
Strikes Back
It
of
was
Empire
so
Strikes Back.
perfect. Rogue One is probably it's up there as my.
Joel is waving his hand
I am.
in the air like he just don't
Look at
care.
this. Look at this hand.
If you have an opinion on
Minicast.
this, let us know in
Yes.
the rest of this podcast and see if we're on the same page, which I'm assuming we are. We're all looking forward to it, and we're all scared just like Joel is. No. You're not gonna say anything.
Nope. I was gonna swear, but then I was like, that's your thing now.
Is it my thing?
Potty mouth Jerry and reasonable Joel. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Joel. We'll talk to you bastards next time.
Whoa!
And that's where it ends.